Hello, hello, hello. Hi, YouTubers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dina here. I am not in my usual environment, as you can see. I'm going to wait for some people to get signed on and talk about some news. We're going to talk about some news, some things that are going on. And I think answer any questions that you might have. Only because I did not upload my video for today because I'm out of town. My PDINA members know this. Hello, Ian. And we're going to talk about some news. Now, I know I'm in New York right now. A lot of people were saying go visit with the school that Meghan and Harry visited. As we know, most recently, they were criticized for having these certain demands on the school in New York City through a FOIA request. They were found out. And I think they wanted to normalize it as if this is typical behavior to show up and put a gag order on people. But it's not. But that's how they tried to justify it. And I think they want to try to justify things because that's what they do, but nothing is normal about anything that they have done. Nothing is normal. So, hi everyone. I have to apologize for not getting my video up today at 2 o'clock. I've been in New York City for one night and I just didn't have time to get around to it. So that's why I'm doing a live today. So, welcome everyone. I'm so happy to see everyone here. And I'm going to talk about this new news story because they've been called out for what they did to the students at the New York City school 123 Mahalia Jackson Street, it was, I believe. Let me go back. It is the one, yeah, 123 Mahalia Jackson in Harlem. And I think, you know, there's so much that happens with this couple, a lot of people don't know about. Because especially Americans, because we get the news, we see it, but we're not behind the scenes following it every day. So speaking about it every day, such as myself and other people, we're able to bring context to things that they may not have seen. And that's, just how it is. We have to be able to be this presence, this voice, practice our First Amendment right to speak out only because we know that Meghan has political ambitions. And I think her ambition to get within the government could have an effect on, the people that choose to practice their First Amendment right. Because as you see, they try to cover up the comments about their presence at the school that they were visiting in Harlem. And I mean, there's something to be said about a couple who shows up amongst young children and demands that they say nothing negative about them. Do you know that you're someone that has a behavior that is not looked up as being cordial? Is that why you had to make this gag order? Because if you know you're there to do the right thing, if you know you're there to show up to do good, read the book, why would you have to place a gag order on children? Why? Why? That's what I say. Why? So, and part of it is, I think, you look at Megan's upbringing with her father and how she always got what she wanted, always got what she wanted. And I think she's now in an environment and setting where she can't have everything that she wants. She can't have showing up to a school and have children say nice things about her or have the press, because we also know that she only invited press friendly outlets to cover their visit in New York. Okay. Now, we go back to what they said when they were originally leaving the royal family and how they wanted to have more um, low key or up and starting press, um, bloggers, news outlets have access to them, which they have yet to do. They gave their first big interview, we know, to Oprah Winfrey. So I don't think that's being friendly or trying to give opportunity to those that don't have much of um, a following or a portfolio of work. I think that right there shows us you wanted someone that was a big name person. So yet again, the lies, the deceiving, and to not being really honest and truthful, right? So I think having this voice, practicing our First Amendment right is so important. And I think even with Harry talking about our First Amendment being bonkers, was a sign of things that perhaps Harry and Meghan spoke about quietly during their little pillow talk. Tell me about that First Amendment. Yes, the First Amendment and why you have that and all these things. And Meghan thinking it's not a good thing because that gives people the right to say not nice things about her. And I say this, I say having people give you the truth, even when it's not good news, you want that feedback. You want feedback that tells you, okay, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You should not have said that. I don't like how you did this. Because then you are coming truthful. You're coming in a way that's honest and sincere to okay how you need to be better and you should want to be better. You should not want people to have blinders on and to always tell you nice things so that you can just have these little good feelings about yourself and who you are. That's not a truthful person. That's not somebody who wants to be the best version of themselves. That's a person that's clearly in denial. And so about by them showing up to that school and doing that says so much about Meghan and her character. So it's recently come out that they also had stipulations about coming out to this school to visit. They wanted to have new carpeting, they wanted pillows. Let me just go through the article really quickly, just so you can kind of get a sense of the other information that's come out. And I think it's given myself also a really good idea to put in these FOIA requests so that I can get public information from the Fair Right Freedom of Information Act to get information about anything that they do in America. Because as we see, she's in America. And it's a lot different from living over in the UK because there's just certain things and laws that we have here that I'm sure she does not like. And we also know with the most recent passing of Dianne Feinstein, Meghan is trying to get that seat. She's trying to win that seat, so she has a seat in government in California. So yet again, she's trying to get in this position of power. Can you imagine if this woman got into power in America? No. Okay. Now it would be in California, of course, but at the same time, she would have influence over, I believe, legislation, different things that she would try to get that power to grow up into the presidency, which we know that is something else that she is trying to do. And I don't know if you all heard this, but Rudy Giuliani, I mean, okay, it is Rudy Giuliani, but he's saying she has a good chance. Yeah, he said that. So we clearly have somebody who is a small person who's been able to get into a higher profile arena by marrying a prince, and now she's trying to go off on her own independently to grasp at power that she feels is a lot closer to her now. But going back to the school. Okay, so the article is this. Their visit to this school was from, well, the information was from the Archwell team. They wanted to help make the couple comfortable during their visit, including having cushions brought in, new carpet to the school. There were emails that were obtained by the Daily Mail, and they wanted an outside area for all this to happen. And we saw the pictures. Okay, we saw that, but we didn't know the gist behind this information. So the files show that the staff had to stay had a say in which school that they were going to visit, and they went through a lot of different edits for their press release to make sure the appearance was sound and more substantial. Okay. So the media list that Harry at Meghan's event, it was tightly controlled. It was completely restricted to Meghan friendly publications. Media was also that was able to attend was Vogue, but guess what? No British news publications were allowed to come because she knew that the people in Great Britain know what she is about. They are not going to report on the little feel goodies of this woman when they're going to be very critical of her, and that's what she doesn't want. So the Post reached out to the Department of Education, and they had uh, comments for the reps for the Sussexes for the time that they were going to be there. They secured all of these different emails and files from the planning of the visit, and a lot went into that. So much, the young lady named Toya Holness, she actually worked for the New York City Department of Education, and she was the one to help get this information into these requests that they wanted them to sign. They even said, go have your lawyers look at it so that we can have all your people at this school sign this piece of paper to make sure you sign it, because they don't want anything negative said about them. So 3 days before they were to arrive, the Archwell reps contacted the department, the New York City Department of Education, with the location, appearance, release forms. And this is, they're not like that. Like I said, they had the lawyers look at it. Now, the gag order, um, they were barred. They barred the participants from talking about the Netflix documentary, because we know it was in their Netflix documentary, and any other people that were there that were with them during this visit. They couldn't mention anything about the Netflix documentary. They didn't allow them to also make pessimistic statements about Meghan and her husband. Can you imagine showing up and someone asking you to sign a piece of paper if you want to be in the presence of this Duchess? If you want to be graced with her presence, you're not allowed to say anything negative. Sign right here. Sign this piece of paper. We want to make sure you're not going to say anything negative about our Duchess. Now, they also had to agree to not make any negative, derogatory, or otherwise unfavorable statements about the visit, and or to denigrate or disparage any information that you may have seen or come across, anything that you were witness to. You could not speak in a negative way about it. The form allowed the pair's film crew to shoot content about their documentary, including any confidential clauses. They also had to sign saying that, that they were going to keep everything confidential. And this is the thing. Did they give any of the money that they made from Netflix to this school? Did they donate any of the money? Because we know that this school is one of the poorest schools in Harlem. Did they donate any money to them? I doubt it. And I'm going to have to find out about that, because that would be public information when their tax forms come out from the Archwell Foundation. Students were then prohibited from posting on social media regarding the visit. So they could not say that they came to the school and that they were in the documentary. We knew at the time that this happened, but even the students that were there couldn't even post about it. We saw the film crew there. We knew they'd been filming their documentary since they were at Invictus when they went to visit with the mayor. Like we knew that they were shooting all this stuff for their documentary. It's so absurd to even put these conditions on young children at a school. So we know that when she showed up, she read her book, The Bench. And yeah, That's what happened. It's infuriating. It really is sickening. It's disgusting because we can see that, she used those kids to help her profile. And I think anytime you want to do good, just go do good and don't try to, muzzle people. Don't try to gag people to not say anything because why would they? If you're there with the right intentions, why? Why would they? It's so disgusting. So, Princess Cariel, I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. Thank you so much for joining my PDINA members. Thank you, thank you. So I'll be posting about my time here in New York to my members. So Princess Carlisle, you'll be able to see that. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just at a point now where I'm just really disgusted because I can see where this is heading. Can you all not see where this is heading? So this is the other story that has come out. Let's just get into the nitty-gritty of it because yeah, this is what else has come out. The other story. Oh, also, did you guys know that they found the killer of Tupac? Dwayne Kef D. Davis is the person they have arrested in the murder of Tupac. I remember when he was murdered. I was living actually in California at the time, and yeah, it's really sad. Did you guys know that Tupac was very much into poetry? He was a very artistic man. I don't know if you've listened to any of his interviews, but there were things that I was very surprised to hear and learn about him. If you ever have a chance to watch a documentary on him, I would recommend that you do because I think what your perception might be from just the music would be different from what he in his earlier life living in New York, and the things he did in the arts were really impressive. And maybe some of you didn't know that, but I think you should check it out. I was really impressed with a lot of things that he had learned and studied, and learned a lot from him in general. So this is the other thing that has come out. Harry and Meghan accused of lying about their secret romantic trip to Portugal. Mm-hmm. Yes, more lies, 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 lies. Interesting. So it looks like Harry and Meghan have been on the move a lot this month. Their most recent travel kicked off their trip to London to attend the annual Well Child Awards. Now, we know Harry attended, Meghan didn't. Why? Because she never wants to set foot in the UK ever again. That is what we are told. So later in the same week, though, Meghan and Harry, they were in Dusseldorf, Germany for the Invictus Games, we know, to merch her clothing. Did you see all the dress changes that she had at the Invictus Games? Did you notice how she was marketing herself during that visit off of the backs of the injured men and women who are war veterans? It was a lot about her and her style and what she was there to do rather than the actual Invictus Games. So, here is the topic for debate. According to a new report by Page 6, they're saying that Meghan and Harry, they went to Lisbon after the games. This is where they went after the Invictus Games. So, from there, they reportedly traveled to the south of Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club Resort. So, did any of you suspect this to be the truth when you read it? Because I was like, really? They went to Portugal after the Invictus Games? Why did that news come out? Well, sources are describing the trip as a mega secret operation that was designed to provide the Sussexes with a few days of much needed rest and relaxation. So, Harry has this whole court case with trying to get security. So, how is he able to keep such a secret if his life is so public and he so desperately needs security? I wonder how they were able to do that. Well, This sort of thing might not be newsworthy to you guys, but after everything, Harry and Meghan are entitled to a vacation. Okay, no one says they should not be allowed to take a vacation. And since they are no longer working royals, they are also entitled to keep their plans a secret if they choose. So, would this not be the case of you being able to not have such a public profile, thus not needing this extra presidential security that we know Harry is fighting for as an ex royal? This just proves the point right here. You don't need that security. You don't need to have these presidential like security detail when you go to do your work because you are no longer a working royal. You just proved your own point. But anyway, the mega secret operation has attracted the public's attention for a surprising reason. A lot of people think that the story is a complete fabrication. Now, let me know what you think. I'm going to try to go over here and answer some of your questions. But what do you think? Do you think it is a fabrication, or do you think it is the truth? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so going on. So it was filed under DFH. This was what someone wrote on Twitter. Didn't effing happen is what that DFH stands for. This was by CB on Twitter, and she wrote along with an article about the vacation she attached to the Twitter article. Okay, so not a single blurry photo from the public. How very strange, commented another. Exactly, these two are no way going to spend 3 days hidden away with each other. Exactly, I think that also tries to get us to believe the rumors that they are still happily married. I don't know. Someone would have spotted them, which is why I don't believe it happened. It's just another let's pretend to the world we are happy and in love, wrote another. No, they didn't. I don't believe it either, said another person. If they were there, we would have seen at least 30 pap shots of them being so in love and enjoying their time. That is so true because we absolutely know from the Beyonce concert, we know from when you went to the Beyonce concert, because even my mother pointed out to me, she's like, man, Harry, he didn't look too happy, did he, at the Beyonce concert? And then there was this moment that they had where they had one of their fans showing us behind the scenes, like secretly filming them, and then they were acting like they were all in love. That was nothing but a setup shot. Why did they not do the exact same thing for when they went to this vacation in Portugal? Why? Is what I say. Okay, so other critics seem to believe that Harry and Meghan they did enjoy their romantic getaway, but some of them took issues for different reasons. So when they arrived in Dusseldorf, Meghan delivered a speech to the Invictus organizers, and she participated in which would be explained to be the missed opening ceremony because she was preoccupied with her parenting responsibilities. And now some find it strange that a mom who was so booked and busy just 2 weeks ago suddenly had time for a romantic getaway, right? Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, no real hurry for Megan to get back to the milkshakes and school runs, then? Yeah. Because if you think about it, if she was so preoccupied with helping her children get their milkshakes and get to school, thus she had to be late for the Invictus games, then you would think then she would be in a hurry to get back to be with her children because she was late coming to the games. So it makes so much sense when you put it into that context. And you would definitely be showing pictures. There were no pictures, none. Okay, so no real hurry for Megan to get back to milkshakes and school runs. Okay, so Harry and Meghan haven't addressed the speculation publicly, and it seems unlikely that they ever will. So we suppose that they could put a stop to the rumors by posting a photo of themselves in Portugal. But in the age of AI and deep fakes, even that just might not be enough. You might still be faking it because we know that they do use the photoshopping. The christening of little Archie, I think that photo was a fake. I think it was a fake. Only because when I looked at it, it looked like Catherine, like she seemed like a giant compared to Will, who was standing behind her. Like the proportions of the people just didn't fit right. It seemed like those people were placed in this photo. And there were some other things in the photo that just didn't, but that's speculation, conspiracy. I don't like to get in that kind of stuff. But it did raise some questions for me, that photo. But so we all know that you can fake these things being somewhere. So we guess it's just one more reminder that literally everything Harry and Meghan do or don't do is a source of controversy these days. Okay, so yeah, I just can't say that they went. It just seems like a big publicity stunt to say that they went, but they really didn't. Alrighty, so let's see. Any questions from anyone? Let me go back here. Hi, hello, hello from Vegas, Donna. Um, Hi, Bonnie from Scotland. Greetings from Richmond, London. Hello, everyone. Did you have a chance to check out my King Richard III video? If you did, let me know in the comments. I want to know if this is also content that you like. Now, one of my future videos that are produced by, I told you I have historians who are helping me with these videos. So they're videos that I'm doing, but I have a team working with me on the content of it because they are history people. They like know all this stuff, and I'm learning as well as, talking about it. Let me know what other things you like to know, see for my videos around royalty. But one of the videos that I'm going to be putting out is going to be about the inbreeding of the royal family. The Habsburg jaw that they have. I'm not sure if you guys know about that, but there's a lot of information about that. That the inbreeding and that jaw and how it's been passed down through generations. That we're going to be doing a video on that. So I am yeah, Habsburg jaw. Yes. So let me know if you are enjoying those videos. I love being able to just learn. It is so informative. And to see about uh, other things around royalty. Also looking at the African royals, those in other parts of Africa that had royalty. We're going to be talking about that as well. So I'm in New York City. Yes, that is correct. And I'm going to be here till tomorrow. And yeah, making videos, doing what I do. And I'm going to a show this evening. And I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, so that's basically what's going on. Some information around just the lies, the gag order around the students. I wanted to go to the school, but they're not even open this weekend. So I think trying to get someone from the school to speak, maybe if they wouldn't mind going, like ignoring that gag order or whatever it was that they had them sign. I mean, they could get in trouble. I guess, yeah, Harry and Meghan, they're pretty sue happy. So I guess they couldn't say anything because then they would definitely be sued. Harry and Meghan want to sue any and everybody. So I wouldn't press that too much, but it would be nice to speak about the people that go to that school, especially the young children. I mean, and I was also hearing that they charged $5. Were they selling her book there at the school as well? Now, I did not hear that in the news, but I had a couple of people tell me already that woman went to that school and she was actually selling the book, charging $5 a book. So if you know that to be the case, let me know. I don't know about that. Okay. All right. So that's all that I want to talk about today, everybody. I didn't really have too much to say. I just wanted to say I didn't get my video up today as usual because I'm in New York. And yeah, wanted to just reach out and say hello and to talk about a couple of things that are happening. Some, breaking news information that has happened with the passing of Dianne Feinstein. And I think what that could mean for Meghan now, because we know that she definitely wants to be in a position of power. And yeah, a little concerning. Okay, so that's all I have today. I would stay longer, but I don't know. Is there any other news I can talk about? Oh, they were okay. So Abby H has seen it. They wanted them to donate £5 to their charity for the book. Okay, so that's a little different than charging the children $5 for a book. Okay, thank you for clarifying because that sounds okay. That sounds more reasonable. I would think showing up to a school that's has a 95% poverty rate or low income to ask these children for $5 for her book is looking to get money from people who clearly should be spending their money on other things besides this woman's book in helping to enrich her. Like that don't even make no sense. Okay, so what other so in terms of news with I do know that they were trying to say that Catherine and Camilla were feuding, that there were issues with this power struggle between Catherine and Camilla. Okay, look, if anybody's putting out that story or saying that, you're just trying to divert attention away from what is happening with this wackadoo and her husband. That's what I think. So I don't believe that nonsense. I don't believe it. Okay. So, because Catherine, she doesn't seem like the type of person that is trying to vow for power and trying to show an upper hand, because she knows she's going to be the future queen. Why would she not mind Camilla being the queen now? Like, go ahead, have your time as the queen now, because look, I'm gonna be the queen later. I'm going to be the queen, and in not too far distant future. So I just don't believe that that would be news information that is coming from a source that we can believe, because we know the source for that story can come from anywhere, even ex royals. Okay, it can come from ex royals. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to say for today. I thank you so much for showing up to my live today. No video today, but next time you'll see me on Monday. I'll be posting from my regular studios and with my Mr. Otis. Oh, and one more thing about Otis. And my last video that I did with Otis, you know how Otis likes to go down and up from the chair sitting next to me? Well, I'm trying to train him to just stay put. So he, like just sit your butt down. Don't keep going down and up, down and up. That's a distraction. So I'm trying to train him to sit next to me, but I don't know if I can do it, y'all. That dog don't want to listen. Pugs are very stubborn. They're very stubborn. Like that, like he'll look at me, okay, like where's my treat? Like really, his face will be like, okay, where's my treat, woman? Like when I tell him to come here, he'll stay there. He will not follow me because he knows he is trying to get a treat from me. So I don't think I have the patience to even train this dog to do what I'm trying to do. I mean, if you have any suggestions, I'm open. Please help educate me on how to train this dog. I did have a clicker for him, and I lost my patience with the clicker. So we'll have to see. I'll keep trying maybe other things to train him in, but I can't train him to sit next to me. It just I don't know. I got to do something a lot easier. Like, okay, uh, let me train him to maybe bark or train him to. Well, I've trained him to not go into the house. I've trained him to potty outside the house. So I've been lucky with that. So I don't know if I can be effective with the whole studio thing, because sometimes it gets hot and he doesn't want to sit there, and then he comes and he sits next to me because I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I am loving all of your comments. I love having all of your support. It helps to keep me going. And as some of you may or may not know, I have a new studio. It's being put together now. Yeah, I'm kind of having to do a lot of it myself, but it's going to be a new home studio that I'm going to be revealing very soon. So that's coming, yes, in the near future. Okay. So thanks for watching this live. Thanks for being with me today, you guys. And I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for supporting me on my channel. Make sure you're still subscribed, like this video, share, make a comment, And I'll see you in my future videos. Take care. Bye.